G'day, how you going? I'm Ian Apples, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to my video. I want to do a beautiful painting today with lots of elements that you would love to hang on the wall, okay? Look at the size of the canvas there. And I'll also get some colours running up the screen while I say a quick hello and thank you for supporting my channel, for those people who support my channel. And I do paint in acrylic. So come on over here and let's put it on the canvas. Alrighty, we want the waterline stopping somewhere about here in the canvas, and I want the centre of the painting about here. Centre's exactly there, but I want it about here. Now we're just going to have simple distant out here and some very distant out there. That's it. Mountain coming across the front of it and just a bank. There we go. Now I want to prime up the sky with some soft-bodied titanium white and some retarder. Retarder will just slow down the drying time of that.
Put it on a brush. There's your put it on a brush, Ian, and your blending brush.
I don't need that just yet. Calm down, boy. All right, so where are we? Now I'll just want to get the retarder and the titanium white, and I want to mix them up to a slurry. Well, it's not a slurry, but I'm just using the word slurry, and get it mixed up to an even consistency. Okay, that's mixed. Now I just want to put this onto the canvas sky area. So we'll get this pushed onto the canvas just to get our sky in. Now where my water is, I'll do that with this craft paint as well. But now I just want to stroke this left and right like a pure gentleman and get it to a nice thin even coat. And I want to just add the watercolour as well. I'm going to do that at the same time in this one. Sometimes I'll change it up a bit more. I want the water to come right in there. Everywhere where I want the water is where I'm putting this. Now you can use this principle to your paintings. It doesn't have to be the same shape layout as this, but the same principles apply. Okay, down here I've got French ultramarine, I've got red gold or an Australian sienna, or it's a bit of an orange. I've got Indian yellow and I've got permanent alizarin. Now I want to start with the red gold and get that in the horizon line area. I'll stamp it on first and I'll brush it in. So I want this, oh there's my mountains there. I want this where my mountains are, and obviously I'll put it in the water as well, same amount. Pretty easy. Now I'll just wipe that off the brush, and let me wipe this off there as well, just to get any contamination of white into the colours that I don't want. Okay, now I want to just glance the brush across and get that into the sky.
Oh, look at that, Ian, I love it.
Beautiful colours, aren't they, little buddy? Wipe your brush, do the same with the water area. This is going to be an easy but an effective painting. Now I just want to pick up some Indian yellow on that brush. I've just wiped it, I haven't washed it. I want to get this in the sky above there, and obviously down here. Not too much in the water, it's just a representation of the sky. It doesn't have to be exact. To there as well. Okay, crisscross them together.
Oh my goodness, Ian, I'm loving that.
Beautiful, isn't it? I want to do this. Okay, same in the bottom, just glance that with the orange as well. Push that over there a bit. See how easy it is? When you know what to do, you can do it. It's simple. Now we're going to grab a slight piece of the alizarin, and this is going to come across the sky in there. I'm just on top of the yellow and blend it into the yellow all the way across. I'll turn the brush around for the water half. Just a representation, that's not the same. Wipe the brush again. Look how easy this is and fun with the one brush so far. And we're going to get such a detailed painting full of bullshit. Now I want to start at the top here, push that up to where the blue's going to be, Now gingerly wipe the brush and then start glancing this down into that yellow, because in my mind that yellow isn't going to be a big footprint, it's just a slither of yellow out there. Same here, get the water done. Okay, I want to pick up the orange again, like this. It's just because I want some pieces bleeding out there. Let me blend that through first with this putter on a brush. There we go. Now pull that across. Now I've cleaned that brush and I want to pick up the French ultramarine. Okay, so let's get this at the top of the sky. Now bleed it down into that crimson and get it right into that. Don't leave any white pockets there. Any crimson in this mix will just make a bit of a violety colour, I suppose. Trace down the bottom. Now this is a bit grey looking in the water, but that's okay because it's a representation of the sky reflection. Some of that's going to be covered with land. See, there was no white retarded paint there, that's why that went a bit hard there. Alright, now we've pretty much got that much done. I probably would like to darken up the top of the sky. Okay, so I'll get some of this phthalo blue. The brush is clean again. Stamp it on there, come across, because the French really gives it that lilac-y purple colour, but we just want this slowly into that, maybe a little bit down there, that'll do. Wipe it and start pulling that through the sky and just gingerly pull it down into those colours as well. Gingerly. Use whatever blue you're happy with. I'm getting the colours that I know I'm going to be happy with in this. By all means do your own colours and just blend this through as well for the water's sake. There we go. I want to get some of it just glancing out there, coming to the horizon line like water does. Now see how this can look a bit bandy? We're going to break that up with some clouds. So I want to grab the titanium white and work out where I can put my cloud. So I want something just high up here, coming a bit big, bit of sky windows in between it. There we go. And with your cloth and a blending brush, start blending this cloud. I want to start within the middle, just getting the middle fabricated.
Oh, the big words that you use, Ian. Fabrication. Where'd you learn that word from?
I don't know, but it sounds good, doesn't it? All right, back to the video. Fabricating. And then I'll work out, okay, the bums need flattening out, the tops need tickling, whatever. We'll get this going. Now we're not dusting for fingerprints, as I always say. We want control in these clouds. We want to get them looking really nice, like you put some effort into it. Whisper that along there. Wow, look at that. Now that does look a bit crookedish there, but I'm going to fix that up. I just want to blur this out a bit. Pull the bottom, just like that. I want to put something maybe here, just coming right down into there, into the middle of the sky. Whoomp. Make sure it's in the middle of the yellow. Probably a whispery one there. Let's say about here. Just above those dark bands there, they just look wowie. Blending brush. Let me get these sorted first. Oh, I love doing them. To me, these add distance in your sky. Tickle that down, soften it down or whatever. Same with this. And I had to put this one here because I buggered up moving that one right across the two colours. I want the two colours distorted. And just blend your cloud until you're happy with the way it looks. Just here. Now, where the sky will probably be, these ones you need really thin. I'm going to thicken this one up as well. It just doesn't look right. And I want this one right about there.
Looking good, Ian.
I'm just trying to showcase how easy clouds are. Sit them down and then we'll add the yumminess. This is a small sky, it's not that detailed, so we don't need any weather in it because it's pretty much a setting sky here. So just blending that down. And I'll get this pulled across the front there. And then blend this down. Now there's going to be trees on this side, so some of this might be covered up. Who knows? If it's your first time watching, hit the like button, give me a comment, tell me where you are, and say hello, and I will say hello back. But you've got to say hello to me so I can say hello back. Just before we finish that, I just want to get a representation of this in the water here. Just a representation of it all. That's there, and then this one somewhere about there. That'll do. Grab your brush, your blending brush, and just waterify them. Wipe it on every stroke so you don't pull a lot of white lines all across your water. Okay, now I just want to add some slight yumminess to these clouds just to give them that final dimension look. I think just giving this a bit of dimension. Plenty of time to rub it all in. Where else? Over here, down into this, making this, oh, a bit of blue one in there. And where else? That'll do. Grab your blending brush and blend them in. Okay, I'll start with this one, leaving the harsh whiteness of it there, blending it through. Blend that down. See how you can control your clouds? It's so satisfying when you can do this. Now I can see a bit of a problem there that I don't like. If some of you can see it, you might see what I'm on about as well. But I'll tell you in a minute. Just let me finish blending. I've gone and made that part of this cloud all smeary. I do not like it. I just need something, yeah, just breaking up the middle a bit. I just don't like that full one-tone smear. So it's careful, it's important not to overblend. Dance, twist, drag. It's Saturday here. Hey Google, what's today's date?
It's Saturday, the 9th of August 2025.
There we go, that's what day it is today. Okay, let's stop with the clouds. We can keep doing that till the cows come home. I want to get on with the rest of the painting. So this can be dried now. Now I've got the French ultramarine here. I've sprayed the canvas with my little mist bottle, and I want to add, get that into the water there, the permanent alizarin into this. I'll get some of the old stuff first, and I want to make that distant purple mountain colour. Now that's the colour there, but I want some a little bit light, so I'll bring a pile over here, pick up some white, not too much, and tint it with some white till it's the vibe you want.
Now that's very purple, Ian. I don't think that's the colour you want, is it?
Not really. I'm going to add some of that blue. That's phthalo blue. That's the colour I want. Now we want to do the distant mountain first. So what I want to do is grab me bullshit stick and get the centre line where I want it. I can see it from where I put it in the beginning of the painting, which is somewhere around there. Okay, I want to bring some hills up here about this high, cover that white bit up there, bang, and then they'll simply be mirrored in the water as well. And here, coming up. This one that I'm doing right now is the very distant one, okay? So it can be stamped on just like that. Now, I want to come in the water and do the same thing. Now, just a little bit here, I just want to grab some white. I've cleaned the same brush just so I can tint this up and get a little bit of this just to put some distance between this mountain that I've just painted on there and the one that I'm going to paint in front of it. I just dried it a little bit because I don't want it too dry. Now I want to come in the middle, right across the middle here. Straight across, turn your brush around. It's rubbery now, that's why I dried it a little bit. There we go, I've got it on there. I'm going to wipe the snot off that and just use this brush just to bleed that into that top colour there, like a bit of a blend. Just slowly and steady wins the race. Look how easy this is. This is so much fun. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are too. Blend that like real good misty smoke. And if I've covered too much of the dark up, I can easily put it back. And the same in the reflection. Alright, now we want this and this. Let's marry the two together. So that's had to dry, and we're going to gingerly come from about the middle, very thin. There's my middle line there, so I'm pretty much in the middle of it, okay? Creating the mountain that's going to just come in front of that, and I'll quickly come bigger. I'll just get this out here first, and then I can do the top half. So we want this coming up now. Pull it down as well. There we go. Now we'll just block in this half. Now I will use the phthalo blue. Get a bit of water onto my palette. Now we're going to make this vibe again, but a bit darker because it's a little bit closer. And we can always use the white to tint it if it's a bit too dark. There we go, that's looking good. I just went thick because that's the horizon line out there. Now, this is going to a vanishing point there because this is probably going right around the corner. There's a big distant mountain there. We've put a distant mountain there, so we don't want to have a big opening because it's going to look a bit like oddly odd. So this is going to come up here. This is coming a little bit closer, I suppose. There we go. Before we block that in, I want to finish this mountain here. So I've got my cadmium yellow medium. I'm going to use the filbert brush and gingerly add some black. Just so as we get a dark green, a very dark green. We're going to use this just to block in. Now that's going green, but it's not dark enough yet. Let me finish mixing it. Hey Google, what's the time?
It's 1:25 p.m.
Okay. I want to come from that. Come a bit wider as you go. Boom, it's on both sides now. It's on the water and that. Now I just want to pretty much use this to block in what we see in front of this. Just pull that down into the water as well. And as we go, we pull it down so everything's there. So I'll grab some more cadmium yellow light. So I want to mix this with some water. The light meter's on, so I've got to remember that's going to be a bit funny here. And I want a highlighted colour of there. Drag it into this pile here. There's the colour we got, and this is going to be the highlighted colour. I've given that a dry, and now we'll just simply come in with this and taper down, come off the painting to you. There's my horizon line there. Taper down to that, leaving some dark underneath it. Just very little bits can come to it. You don't want to bring this right down. Okay, and simply grab a bit more yellow again, just the bit more. If you've got to dry it, and just gingerly put some highlight, especially where I made that little field. I've got to cap that field in. I just want to have a look at that. Okay, and before you finish there, that first colour you put on, just hit the brush and pull it down like that, leaving the horizon line dark, just going like that, leaving the horizon line area dark. I want to grab some of the black and that greeny colour that we mixed. So I pretty much want black, but just some of that in there just to kill the black, kill it down a bit. And just about here, I want a group just go straight top and bottom. Something there like that. Now don't worry about these trees blocking that dark colour in. We're going to fix that up later on when we put the surface on the water. Okay, back to this colour we mixed up previously. Let's block in. Come here from the top. And the tops will be somewhere here. I'm going to finesse the top of them. I just want to block it in for now. I'll do the bottom later. Grabbing that flat round brush here, picking up that same paint and my mouse stick, and I want to get a couple of trees now. So out here I've got one here coming right up, and then we will try and turn that into a bit of a piney tree out there like that. The little dingleberries onto them, like leave a bit of a gap from the top, then come down. I've just put 3 more out here, ready to dingleberry them. Here's the fun bit. Where's my middle line there? So we want to come to about here and then start bringing this down to the middle there, just like so. Scratchy, scratchy, all the way. And now these trees here, I want to representate them. I'll just get them there first and then I'll sort them out. Get some of these looking a little bit pizzazzy. Now I'm sorry if this tutorial is a little bit on the long side, but I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I hope you can appreciate that and watch the whole lot and learn something in a tutorial, because a tutorial isn't something you want to watch in 5 minutes. I mean, the internet is kind of conditioning us to watch everything in short form, real quick. If it's not quick and getting to the point, we want to shut off. But a video like this is something you can sit back, enjoy watching it as a movie, and then set yourself up and then paint along at a later date. Got some of this there. There we go. Okay, where our horizon line is, I want to get that dark greeny, blacky, yellow colour I mixed just to get along here. It's down here. I might have to mix up a bit more. So I'll put some more of that on there and a bit of black. I'm using a fan brush to try and speed things up, and I want to get the darkness in there before I start putting the colours in. So not too much here, mainly in the foreground where the front of it is. So I want to get just some of this coming along, get some whatever's up come down as well for your reflections. Oh no, hang on a minute. We've got some, what do you call it? Lawn there. So there's my middle line there. I'm just coming to maybe about here, just getting the darker value up into the shrubbery there. I want to grab some of the green oxide on my little flat brush. I've got to do the little bit of lawn out there first before I put the rest in front of it. So this bit of land that I put there, see this bit of land there? That's going to be the lawn. To the very top. Just about there, just to that dark colour. Shadowed onto there a little bit, just finessing it. I want some of this just there. Now grabbing my fan brush, I just got a little one. I want to chisel some of this. Pretty much do that. That darkness there, leave it dark. Now getting some of that darker green, black, yellowy colour we mixed, I'm just lacing that onto this brush. And getting these done in that vibe there. Glancing a bit of white into the brush, just so as I can come on one side of it now. Making 3 separate trees there. I need to put that black back. Okay, I kept looking in the monitor because on the painting it looked fine, but in the monitor it looked too loud and bright, but I forgot I had the light meter up. I've turned it down just so you can see those trees. Now we'll get these ones in there and bring the rest of the lawn in there. Scratching down here. Just out here, putting some minute values here. Now I want to do all these trees the one value, so I'm going to pick up my fan brush with the green oxide and make all these trees, and these are going to be a different colour now. There. There's one. You know what? I don't like that brush. I'm going to go to my little favourite. I'm just going to make conifers. I'll turn them into conifers. This is a good brush for this. So all I do is come down past there, another conifer there. And another one here. My lawn's there, so I'm not going to be too fussed about that. some of this colour in the water over those shadows. Just grabbing that black. Is that dry? It's kind of dry. I want to get some of the, where my lawn's going to be, I want a bit of shadow just in between some of these. I just noticed something before I do this grass here. I just want to put a light little bank here just to break up some of this. So I want to grab my bullshit stick, find the middle, load the brush up, rest it on the edge here, and then control the little bank of grass here. Because it was looking a bit wrong. There we go. So that's had to dry. Simply want to grab the forest green now. I'll pull some of it over here. Some of this down there, don't forget. Leaving the paler greens there. Now grabbing the forest green on my dagger brush, I want to do this lawn now. So we'll start from there where it's hitting the water. From about here somewhere. Coming up to there. And start getting this in. And then we'll obviously bring the trunks back down on top of it later. Some of this shadow back in there. Just get that scratched in, killing that hard green line. That'll do. Now I want to grab the cadmium yellow light. So I've given that a dry, and I want to pretty much, let's start off the painting, come along like that, let it tear, it looks, and I want to, like I did before, come down from the shadow, up and down. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow into that mix, just adding it. Now bringing those trunks back onto the lawn. Put some behind, not all of them. Now I'm just going to simply tear a bit of white into that, just to give it a bit of a, there we go, a bit of a lighter vibe. Leave them ones back there light. They can be long. Grab a shadow colour, so this colour here, remember where I said I added a bit of grey with it? So just base it on the ground like that. Just joining it to the ground. Where's the sun? The sun's about there. I'm going to use this just to get some shadows rolling through the hills. Anywhere you feel you want some of this grass with some dirt in it, You can put that there and top it off with, just at the top of it, a bit of dark, a bit of Borodaki. Now over here I'm grabbing the rest of this cadmium yellow light, and I want to pull in that black just to block in my foreground. Before I do that now, I want to get our surface on the water, because I won't be able to do it once I put this foreground in. Now I'm going to grab some of the white, just pure white over here, and I've got some gloss medium. This just adds mid-velocity, this just adds a transparency to your paint. So I want that white, I don't want much white, I want to just get that with this medium. Now I want to grab this and gingerly put the glare and surface on the water.
I'm just turning the light meter up a little bit more, Ian, because it's a little bit on the low side.
Oh, that's all right. So I'll grab the bullshit stick. Straight out here in the middle is where we want to start with most of the glare. So we want to get this right in there. First we'll get it on the horizon line, way out there. Out there. You don't need much of this on your brush. And we're simply going to clarify all this right out there. Now this is going to allow me to keep the top of it. Where's my horizon? There it is there. There. Keep it level. So what I'll do, I want to come all the way across here first. Where that lawn is, I put there. Get a glare right across there. And then start and you can always build this up to a consistency that you're happy with. I want that. I love doing bands of glare on water. It just, for the art's sake, looks quite cool. I like it. I just like it. See how this bullshit stick works? I'll pull that away just so you can get an idea of what I'm doing out there, see? And watch how light this is. Just light. Put it on my brush, take it off, and I want smears of it. Some come back as well. This is just, to me, I feel this is just a lot more nicer than grabbing a knife with white paint and stamping a lot of big white blobs all over your painting. Make movement. Oh, that's a bit bright there. I can tone it down. Okay, now with this here, I just want to get a rock there, maybe another one here. This brush here, just scratching it up a bit. Okay, just pull that through. Now some guys use a knife. I'm going to use a small flat brush because it's acrylic, just to colour those rocks in. I'm going to use burnt umber and some white. So I want to just pretty much make me rock. Now what I'm doing is getting the edge of it coloured, but the top can be light with the light hitting it. Leaving a little bit of that dark colour there. Now I want to simply grab some white over here. Just turn the light meter up again. And we want to get the top sharp with the light hitting it. Maybe this bit here if you want. Then you can just sort of scratchelate it through the rock. Now I'm getting some of the brighter stuff, just to gingerly, maybe a little bit of yellow I've thrown with it. Let's see what this is going to do. And you can pretty much highlight the top of that, just down there, boom, creating the rock, hopefully. Just with the script liner, find something. I've done this years ago, and just create some cracks in your rocks. I'm just grabbing some of this green here, that dark shadow green and the forest green, just licking it together because I want, let's get that a lot more inky. Start from the top. I want some kind of things like this. Chisel your brush as you reload it. And now, just to finish this off, this bit before I put the tree in, I just want to do some out here. Okay, well, you got that vibe going, just simply wipe the brush, don't have to wash it. And let's say this colour here, we'll use some of this just to highlight them. Leave the dark colour there. Give these a bit of a make it look busy in front of it all. And now grab some of this and just gingerly put in some grass there. I want that to fade there, just so you got darkness under all that. There we go, how's that looking, Cobber? Bring some of that back down in front of there. There we go. Stop some out there. Now I remember I did something like this a long time ago and I've never done it again, but I always liked the fact that I'd done it. So from about here, I want to do a trunk. It's going to be quite a fat tree trunk. This is coming right up out of the painting. So I want to put the masking tape for the trunk. So the trunk's going to be about, oh, where are we? Let's say about, I want a nice fat trunk. And it's going to gingerly, slowly taper in as I get to the higher part of the painting. And we can really get some charisma in a tree like this. A flat brush and just simple black. It can be that black green if you want, but watch this. Ink it up, paint it on, but paint off your tape into the painting, okay? Just so you don't get any bleeding. The neater you do this, the more bullshit your painting's going to look. Now those people has never heard me use that word before. That's just my way of saying instead of saying wow, it's a big more of a wow. Like instead of someone going, oh wow, did you paint that? That looks all right. When it's really good work of art and you love it and hundreds of people love it, it makes them go, bullshit, did you paint that? That is my bullshit effect. And then when I say I will just add a bit of bullshit, that's what I mean. Now we're going to leave that tape there and blow dry that. I want to grab the burr number on its own. Just make sure when you dry it, if you're using a hairdryer like me, you didn't blow the tape off and paint over it with loose tape. Now I've scratched that on there like that, but leaving some of that black, okay? Sorry, that camera wasn't on. I've just put this paint on and scratched it down. On the left-hand side of the trunk. Now I want to grab some Indian yellow into that and a bit of white. And just come periodically down this bit, not all of it. Just some there, some bits radiating in a bit, just pulling it. I want to have a bit of a trunk there, it's okay. Easy does it. You have a nice tree with dimension. Now grab the dark blacky brown again, and I just want to come from about there. Now this branch is going to be black because it's in silhouette. Where are we? What paint did I use for that? It's in silhouette from the sun going down, so it will make sense. That's a bit fat there. I didn't want it that fat, but too late now. And I thought this brush would have been too small. And we want to come in the tree a bit like that. Brush stroke that with to a finesse. There we go. And I'm just going to bring another branch, let's say from another part of the tree, which you don't see, but this will just add that bit more of an added value. Straight off the painting there. Boom. Wet a round brush and grab some of those greens, that darker coloured green that you mixed up with the yellow. Hey Google, what's the time?
3:19 p.m.
And I just want to give this go. I'm happy with that, and I'll just quickly highlight them. I do have some yellow oxide in that Viridian green. I want to get a flavour of that up here. I've dried it. Wipe your brush and grab the forest green now. Bit of yellow oxide just to break it up a bit. Bit of darkness just in summer here. That'll do. Right, I've got the forest green mixed with cadmium yellow light, and I simply want to finish these few trees that I've just done over here that I forgot about, and then we can call it a day. Where's my tree? This one here. So if anything, the light's coming from the middle of the painting, so we'll shine up the right hand side of our conifers and let it taper down into the shadows a bit. And you can probably, even if you want, put a little bush down there, boom. I want to sign this and then we'll reveal the painting. And I want to take this opportunity to thank those people who support my content, either by becoming a channel member or a Patreon of mine, and also people that send me super chat donations. If you want to be a channel member, simply hit the join tab below for the price of a cup of coffee a month, and it helps me to produce these paintings, buying everything that I need. There you go, that's not too shabby. We've got a lovely sunset coming down over a lake with some trees giving it some vibrancy. And I know you can do it. Well, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the process. The fun doesn't have to stop here. You can also check out this other video of mine and get some more Indianapolis art action into you. All right, now you be sure to tell your friends if you like what I'm doing, but if you don't like what I'm doing, you tell everybody. Goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.